Um, I hope your week was great. I'm Kayla,
I'm Hannah.
and today we are sorry, my computer's all wonky. Today we are going to be going over our, book club book. Sorry, the words were forming, but they weren't coming out. We're going over our book club book, which was Dracula by Brahm Stoker.
Yes.
Brahm Stoker. So a little background on this story. Well, just really when it came out, because that kind of ties into our thoughts, was 1897. So, with that being said, Hannah, do you want to start us off? Oh wait, no, I have to explain the story first. So basically, it was hard to follow, and so this little recap might be not correct, but we're gonna try here. So basically, it's about this guy who goes to Dracula's castle, and then somewhere in all of this, Dracula somehow gets kidnapped for some reason, or gets stuck in a coffin, and then he's on a boat. And then people on this whole other area, they all of a sudden have all of these vampire attacks, and Dracula's trying to buy this one building that's next to an insane asylum or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm,
something like that. And then the person who goes to Dracula's castle, his fiance or girlfriend or something is involved in this somehow. And then his girlfriend, fiance, whatever, her best friend turns into a vampire or is under Dracula's spell. And then she starts kidnapping all of these kids. And then Van Helsing gets involved, and vampire hunters get involved. And then the fiance's friend dies, they kill her. And then something happens with the girlfriend, and then Dracula puts her under his spell or something like that, and then that tie's severed, and then Van Helsing or someone in Dracula get in a tussle and they both die. So that's the gist. I feel like would you add anything to the explanation that would help?
I struggled with it a lot. The language is really hard to understand, and it kind of jumps. It jumps, and there's a lot of there seems to be a lot of detail that's not really necessary, which you see a lot in those older books. Like Les Mis and stuff like that. Les Mis has chapters that are not necessary to the story. And Dracula wasn't that bad, but there's a lot of just weird, unnecessary detail that kind of distracts you from the story, and I struggled with it a lot.
Yeah, I definitely struggled with it. I don't think, honestly, it's a classic. It is an older book. I don't think it's one of those classics that everyone has to read, though. I feel like watch a show about Dracula, watch Van Helsing, the show, which, side note, is a fantastic movie. Watch that. You kind of get the gist of everything. Obviously, it's not accurate, but I honestly don't think I finished it.
I know that Bram Stoker I don't think he originated vampires, but he was at the very beginning. He kind of popularized like the idea.
Mhm.
But honestly, like once you've heard one vampire story, I feel like you've heard all the vampire stories. They bite people and they drink human blood, and usually they're like kind of evil. I say usually, but usually
No,
they're like kind of evil, and
I feel like Twilight's the only one where the vampires you in
I
the
don't
book
count
are kind of
Twilight.
reading them.
If you Twilight does not count in like normal vampire lore and stuff like that. It doesn't count. The books are fine. It's fine. It's a good book. It's a good read. Go ahead, but it doesn't count. Like,
Vampires
you
shouldn't
can't read
sparkle, is
that.
that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can't read Twilight and then be like, I know all about vampires, because you don't. It's not the same. It's not common like vampire lore. But the idea is still there. I mean, vampires bite humans and drink blood. They don't come out in sunlight. They're usually evilish. That's like the pop culture surrounding it. Yeah, I struggled with it a lot. I really wanted to like it because when I was a sophomore in high school, my school did Dracula, and I was in theater at the time, but this has like a super small cast, so I wasn't in it because I was only a sophomore. So obviously it was like all seniors because they get the best parts, of course. So, but I was on the crew and I watched it like for months when we did rehearsals and stuff like that. And I really wanted to like it, but I struggled with this a lot. The play wasn't even like recognizable. There were little bits I recognized, like when Lucy turns into a vampire.
That's
I remembered that and stuff like that, but like otherwise it was just really hard to follow. And
well, and there's just so many characters and so many details and so much that
so
really
much to absorb that you just don't absorb it. Like there are probably some people who love this book and enjoy it immensely, and that's great. There's a hair in my mouth. Yeah, that's great. Good for you. I'm like, props, because I struggled a lot. And I'm not saying anything negative about the book. I mean, it's popular 130 years later, so it's a classic, and it's still known today, and movies and stuff like that still draw inspiration from it today. So obviously it's well done, and it's a classic for a reason, but it just did not fit my taste, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really think it was my cup of tea either. And there was just, again, I prefer more straightforward, like, I don't know. I prefer more straightforward, and I don't necessarily gravitate towards the, like, books that have so many different details, so many different parts, so many different things to, like, follow along with. I'm okay with a couple things, but just with how many details and the flip-flop and him like all of a sudden being at one castle and then being at the other property he was trying to buy and all of this stuff, and then like having all of these people magically appear to be under his spell or a vampire, and then like taking the kids, like what? And then it was not my cup of tea, but it probably is good for some people. I just I couldn't enjoy reading it because I was so like, what are they saying, and following along. And
Yeah.
but if you liked it, that's great. Let us know what you liked about it. Let us know what you didn't like about it. Let us know. I don't know what else to say. Do you have anything to add?
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. If you've read the book, let us know what you thought. If you agree or disagree, doesn't matter. Let us know what you think. If this is your favorite book ever, please explain it to us so that we can also enjoy it. And
well, and let us know if there are books out there that like are kind of similar to it, so we can
so you can get the same idea. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if there is, we will definitely read it, and hopefully, like, obviously, like I said, it's a classic, but like, just why? Like, let us know. Talk to us, please. Enlighten us.
Please do.
Yes.
I think that's all. Yep. Next month, so November, our topic for November is husband's choice. So next week, the first week of November, our husbands will be here with us to introduce kind of the books that they chose. I think our husbands took kind of different routes in choosing our books. Mine just kind of like, you can kind of tell, because when I looked at all of the covers, they're all like black, and I was like, you just went with a color theme, or I don't know. So he can explain it to you next week. So next week we will have our husbands for our intro, and they will explain our books. So we have no say in next month's books. They are just what our husbands chose. And we'll clue you in on that next week. So I think that's all.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you have a great Halloween. It's Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Yes. We hope you celebrate. Let us know how you celebrated. We hope you're safe, happy. Let us know how your weeks are going, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys.